guys, it's Azurite here. Now I've got some really crazy stories for you today. So, the first one, this mum who teaches her kid it's okay to mess around with this other kid's wheelchair, and yeah, it kind of goes from there. And the next one is a mum snatching a guy's PC away from him. And the third one is another mum snatching a Nintendo Switch away from this other kid. So let's get right into it with the first one. Can't you just get out and let my son play with your wheelchair? So a little backstory first. I have muscular dystrophy, a disorder which affects my muscles, and I've been in an electric wheelchair since I was about 10 years old. This story happens when I was about 15. I was at a local McDonald's with a friend and we were waiting in line to order. Out of nowhere, this kid, about 5 or 6 years old, runs up beside me, yanks my driving hand off the controller and starts forcibly wrenching it back and forth. Luckily, I had the habit of turning off my wheelchair when I was stationary, like waiting in line, because if the wheelchair had been turned on, the kid would have definitely hurt himself by driving the wheelchair into himself. After I realised what's happening, my first reaction was to yell, "Stop!" The kid ignores me, continues to wrench the controller, and then starts pressing the different buttons, like the on-off and horn button. Luckily again, before the on switch was registered and the kid hurt himself, my friend who was standing in front of me heard me yell and realised what's happening, pulls the kid away from my wheelchair. As my friend is holding him back, the kid starts screaming at the top of his lungs and continues to wave his arms wildly and try and reach out with both hands towards the controller. While this is happening, I'm checking to see if the kid broke my controller. Thankfully, nothing broke. Then the real fun starts when entitled mum runs in. "What are you doing to my son?" as she rips him out of my friend's hands. Me, trying to be nice about it. "Sorry ma'am, but your son was trying to play with my wheelchair controller and we just had to pull him away before he broke it or hurt himself." She really didn't care what I was saying. "What's the big deal? Just let him play with it." The bitchy way she was saying it really irritated me, so I dropped the pleasantries. "Really? It's not a toy. I need this to move around." Again, not listening or caring to what I was saying, entitled mum lets her kid go and, surprise, he runs straight for the controller again. My friend anticipates this and he stops the kid before he reaches the controller and the kid starts screaming again. At this point, a McDonald's worker hears the screaming and intervenes. "What's going on here?" "We're trying to stop this little boy from playing with my wheelchair controller. He could have hurt himself or break it." "Stop exaggerating, he's not going to break it." Then she said the dumbest thing I've heard from an adult. I'll never forget it. "Can't you just get out and let my son ride around?" He said it like my wheelchair was some fucking kid's toy from Walmart. Me, my friend, and the McDonald's worker all took her with the same expression of, "Are you fucking serious?" We could see the McDonald's worker didn't want to make a scene, so he just ignored her stupidity and told her to go back to her table, keep her son away from my wheelchair, or she would have to leave. He then turned on me, apologised for the way entitled mum acted, and made sure everything was good with me and my wheelchair. He was great. We ordered our food and sat down on the opposite side of the restaurant, far away from entitled mum, as spawn as possible. That was a pretty epic story. Okay, let's get on to the next one. "Your PC belongs to me now. I'm 15. I own a tablet 2-in-1 PC. That day we went to McDonald's with my friends. My dad was stuck in a traffic jam, so I needed to wait alone at McDonald's. I used this time to get some work done in the Unity game engine. I was making a texture of an apple when entitled kid came to me and he was looking at what I was doing. After a while, entitled mum came in and took another table. I heard something like, 'Mum, I want that cool notebook.' At this point I connected headphones because I knew something was going to happen. After a while, entitled mum came to my table and she asked if her kid had have my PC. I told her no. She was like, 'Oh, come on, you don't deserve that PC.' She reached out to the tablet part and started pulling it. Remember, I'm 15, so I couldn't handle that force. She unsnapped it from the keyboard and walked away. Luckily, I locked the tablet before she reached out, and one of the security notices came asking if everything was okay. I told him everything, and he asked if I can somehow confirm I'm the owner of the tablet. I told him I can, so he walked to the entitled mum's table. 'What? Security? Is it true that you stole the tablet from this guy?' no, it's my work tablet and he stole my keyboard. Excuse me? Security, then unlock it. After a few failed tries, security handed me the tablet and I unlocked it without any problem. When I collected the tablet to dock, the hard drive wasn't recognized, so Entitled Mum had to pay me $100. That's it. Well, at least he got the PC back in the end. I mean, the keyboard did kind of get a bit screwed up, but that $100 should pay for a new one. I've seen those kind of tablet PCs, and they do attract a bit of attention sometimes. I guess next time I guess next time the guy should be a little more careful where he uses his PC, because McDonald's does attract a bit of an edgy crowd when it comes to those kinds of people. Okay, on to the next one. You're too old for the Nintendo Switch. Alright, to paint you a picture of what's going on, it's February 1st and I'm walking home. I missed the bus that evening. I was like about 2.5 miles away from school, so it's about an hour walk. About 1 mile in, I pull up my Nintendo Switch and I begin playing Super Mario Bros. 3. After about 15 minutes later, I see a mother and their son. The two of them are about to go on a walk from what I can assume. An entitled kid spots my Switch. He points and it catches my entitled mum's attention. The kid starts whining to his mum, "I want that!" and she walks over to me. "Hello, how is your day going?" "It's fine. Why?" I already know what she's going to say and I'm right. She says, "Well, my child's been wanting one of those games for a really long time now. I will take it off your hands for $100. "Nope, sorry ma'am, I'd rather keep my game." See, not only have I invested a good portion of my money into it, but $300 isn't even the market price. She says, "Well, you are too old to be playing that game. That game is for kids. Play something your age, like Fortnite." I tell her, "No, not only can you get Fortnite on a Switch, but I hate the game too." And this entitled mum has the guts to grab my Nintendo Switch from my hand and beckon her child over to then say, "Here, I'll just take it for you. I don't care what you have to say, you're too old to be playing it." At this point, I'm fuming. She gives the Switch to the kid and they start playing. I shout, "You can't just take my stuff, you know." The kid begins playing the game I had up, and Entitled Mum, ignoring my previous statement, says to Entitled, "Come on, let's go play that inside." She actually took my Switch, but thank God that this kid was too absorbed in the game to move at all. With the Entitled Mum's back turned, I take the Switch away from Entitled Kid and bolt out of there with him crying behind me. The Entitled Mum shouts something, but I really can't hear her. Despite all this though, I feel bad for the kid. His parents are basically teaching him that stealing's okay, and it pisses me off. I still have my Switch, but I rarely take it out in public, and if I do, I put it away if someone wants to talk instead of just holding it. Now that is a pretty good thing to do. I mean, I've had people look at my PlayStation Vita when I'm in public, but not like that, because that isn't really going to attract much attention. But a Switch, yeah, I've seen a lot of people bat an eye over to people using a Switch, and it's like, yeah, you kind of got to be really careful because those things are quite expensive. It's like AirPods. If you're walking around with AirPods in, you're going to get a lot of people looking at you, and maybe people trying to steal it off of you. It's an easy target, and there are some people who literally just don't want to pay for things in this world. Anyways, that's all for today, and I'll hopefully make another video soon. Sorry about this one being kind of short. It's just I don't really have that much time to record at the moment. So, see you guys later.